Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of the rich and famous, where money is no object and the food is, well, let's just say it's a bloody sight better than what you're used to. Get ready to tantalize your taste buds with the 15 most delicious foods that billionaires indulge in. We're talking about the kind of ingredients that would make your local grocery store manager faint, rare, exquisite, and bursting with flavor. So, buckle up you lot, because we're about to embark on a culinary journey that will leave you drooling. First up, we've got caviar. Now, I'm not talking about that salty mush you find at the supermarket. We're talking about the good stuff, the kind that comes with a personal shopper and a hefty price tag. This is the culinary equivalent of a diamond necklace, decadent, luxurious, and best enjoyed by the spoonful. Forget your crackers and creme fraiche, this delicacy deserves to be savored on its own. Each tiny pearl explodes with a salty, briny flavor that's unlike anything you've ever tasted. It's the kind of taste that whispers success and makes you want to buy your own private island. So if you ever find yourself with a spare few $1,000s, do yourself a favor and track down a tin of this liquid gold. Next up, we're digging into the world of truffles. Those knobbly little fungi that are worth more than their weight in gold. Forget your button mushrooms. These bad boys are hunted down by specially trained pigs and dogs. And believe me, the taste justifies the effort. Imagine the earthiest, mustiest flavor you can think of, then multiply it by 1,000. It's pungent, it's intoxicating, and it elevates any dish to Michelin star status. Shave it over pasta, grate it onto risotto, or hell, just eat it raw like an apple. However you choose to enjoy it, truffle is a culinary experience you won't soon forget. Just be prepared to re-mortgage your house because these little beauties don't come cheap. Now let's talk about meat. And when it comes to billionaire tastes, there's one name that stands head and shoulders above the rest: Kobe beef. This Japanese delicacy is the result of centuries of tradition and meticulous care. These cows are practically worshipped, massaged daily, fed a diet of beer and sake, and serenaded with classical music. And the result? A cut of meat so tender, so marbled, so melt-in-your-mouth delicious, it's almost criminal. Forget your steak knives. This stuff practically dissolves on your tongue. It's the kind of steak that deserves a standing ovation, a moment of silence, a bloody poem written in its honor. If you're ever lucky enough to try it, savor every bite. Now foie gras. It's a dish that divides opinions like no other. Some people think it's cruel, some people think it's a culinary masterpiece. Me, I'm in the latter camp. When prepared correctly, foie gras is a thing of beauty. Rich, buttery, and smooth as silk, it's a flavor sensation that explodes on your palate. It's the kind of dish that makes you close your eyes and groan with pleasure. But let's not beat around the bush. The ethical concerns are real. If you're going to indulge, make sure it comes from a reputable source that prioritizes animal welfare. Done right, foie gras is a luxurious treat that deserves a place at the table. Let's talk lobster, shall we? Not those sad, rubbery excuses for lobster you find in pre-packaged salads. I'm talking about the real deal. Freshly caught, perfectly cooked, and dripping with buttery goodness. The kind of lobster that makes your mouth water just thinking about it. Sweet, succulent meat that practically melts in your mouth. It's the food of kings, the taste of luxury, and it's bloody delicious. Whether you prefer it grilled, steamed, or tossed in a creamy pasta sauce, lobster is a culinary experience that's sure to impress. It's the kind of meal that calls for a crisp white wine, good company, and a bib. Trust me, things are about to get messy. Saffron. This ain't your average spice rack filler, folks. This is the culinary equivalent of gold dust. Literally, it's the most expensive spice in the world, and for good reason. Each delicate thread is hand-harvested from the crocus flower, and it takes thousands of these tiny threads to make just a single ounce. But trust me, a little goes a long way. Saffron adds a unique earthy flavor and a vibrant golden hue to dishes. It's the secret ingredient in paella, risotto Milanese, and countless other culinary masterpieces. So, next time you're feeling fancy, ditch the turmeric and reach for the saffron. Your taste buds will thank you for it. You thought Kobe was the pinnacle of beef? Think again. Wagyu beef is in a league of its own. This is beef that's been bred for generations for its exceptional marbling and flavor. We're talking about a cut of meat so tender, it practically melts on your tongue. The fat, distributed like delicate lace throughout the meat, adds a richness and depth of flavor that's unparalleled. Whether you prefer it seared to perfection or grilled over charcoal, Wagyu beef is an experience that will ruin all other steaks for you. It's the kind of meal that makes you want to weep with joy. So, if you're ever feeling flush and fancy a taste of heaven, track down a Wagyu steak. Now let's talk about sushi. But not just any sushi, we're talking about bluefin tuna, the king of the ocean, the Ferrari of fish. This is the stuff sushi dreams are made of. Bluefin tuna is prized for its rich, buttery flavor and melt-in-your-mouth texture. It's the kind of fish that practically dissolves on your tongue, leaving you wanting more. But be warned, this delicacy comes with a hefty price tag. A single bluefin tuna can fetch millions at auction, so be prepared to shell out some serious dough for a taste of this ocean treasure. But hey, if you're a billionaire, what's a few $1,000s for a bite of the best sushi on the planet? Oysters. Not everyone's cup of tea, I know, but hear me out. These little mollusks are like the ocean's version of a fine wine. Complex, briny, and bursting with flavor. Slurp them down raw with a squeeze of lemon, or get fancy with a mignonette sauce. However you choose to enjoy them, oysters are a culinary experience that will awaken your senses. They're an aphrodisiac, they say, but I reckon they're just damn delicious. So next time you're feeling adventurous, order a dozen oysters. You might just surprise yourself. Remember that caviar we talked about earlier? Well, buckle up because we're about to take it up a notch. This is Alma's caviar, the rarest, most expensive caviar in the world. We're talking about the kind of caviar that comes in a gold-plated tin and costs more than your car. It's harvested from the albino beluga sturgeon, a fish so rare it's practically mythical. The flavor? Words don't do it justice. Imagine the most delicate, buttery, nutty flavor you can imagine, then multiply it by 1,000. It's an explosion of taste, a symphony of the senses. So if you ever win the lottery, do yourself a favor and track down a tin of Alma's caviar. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Matsutake mushrooms. Ever heard of them? Probably not unless you're a billionaire or a serious foodie. These elusive fungi are a delicacy in Japan, prized for their unique aroma and flavor. They grow in the roots of pine trees and are notoriously difficult to find, which explains their exorbitant price tag. But trust me, one whiff of these bad boys and you'll understand why people are willing to pay a fortune for them. They have a distinct, earthy, almost spicy aroma that's unlike anything you've ever smelled before. And the flavor? It's just as complex and nuanced, with hints of pine, cinnamon, and a subtle sweetness. Grill them, sauté them, or add them to soups and stews. However you choose to enjoy them, Matsutake mushrooms are a culinary adventure. Let's talk ham, shall we? But not just any ham, we're talking about Iberico ham, the king of all hams, the Spanish national treasure. This is ham that's been aged for years, developing a depth of flavor that's unmatched. It comes from black Iberian pigs that roam free in oak forests, feasting on acorns. This diet gives the ham its distinctive nutty, buttery flavor. It's the kind of ham that melts in your mouth, leaving you wanting more. Slice it paper thin and enjoy it on its own, or pair it with a crisp glass of sherry. However you choose to enjoy it, Iberico ham is a culinary experience you won't soon forget. Back to caviar, you say? Well, you can never have too much of a good thing, especially when it comes to beluga caviar. This is the classic, the OG, the one that started it all. Harvested from the beluga sturgeon, these large, delicate pearls are the epitome of luxury. Each bite is an explosion of briny, buttery goodness that will leave you speechless. Serve it simply on blinis with a dollop of creme fraiche, or let it shine in a more elaborate dish. No matter how you choose to enjoy it, beluga caviar is a culinary experience that's fit for a king. Just remember, this is the good stuff, so savor every bite. Craving seafood? Look no further than the mighty king crab. These colossal crustaceans are the pride of Alaska, known for their sweet, succulent meat and impressive size. We're talking legs as thick as your arm, bursting with tender, flavorful meat. Steamed, grilled, or roasted, king crab is a feast for the senses. Crack open the shell and dip the meat in melted butter for a truly decadent experience. It's the kind of meal that requires both hands and a bib, but it's worth every messy bite. So gather your friends, order a mountain of king crab, and prepare to indulge in a seafood feast fit fit for royalty. We've saved the best for last. White truffles, the holy grail of the culinary world, the rarest and most expensive food on the planet. These elusive fungi are found only in a few select regions of Italy and are prized for their intoxicating aroma and flavor. Unearthing one of these beauties is like finding buried treasure. Their aroma is intoxicating, a heady mix of musk, earth, and garlic that will leave you weak at the knees. Shave it over pasta, risotto, or eggs, and watch as it elevates your dish to heavenly heights. But be warned, a little goes a long way. The flavor is intense, complex, and utterly unforgettable. If you ever have the opportunity to try white truffle, don't hesitate. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that will change the way you think about food. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the luxurious world of billionaire cuisine. From the depths of the ocean to the heart of the forest, these are the foods that money can buy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting content. Let us know in the comments which of these luxurious foods you'd love to try. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be dining on caviar and truffles like the high rollers. Until then, keep it real and keep it delicious.